Hey guys, um, I'm currently sick, so I'm also getting over a cold, so bear with me. I hope you guys had a wonderful month. I cannot believe it's gonna be 2018. Time is flying by. Um, I'm here to do my December wrap up and January TBR. I don't have a book haul pretty much for January. I only honestly bought one book in January. So I'm not going to do a January book haul. What I'm going to do is for Book Outlet's Boxing Day sale, I ordered books while Book Outlet was having their Boxing Day sale. So what I'm going to do is when I get those books, I actually bought two books in December. Yeah. I bought two books because one came and one hasn't come yet. So, like I said, what I'm going to do is when my box of books comes from Book Outlet, I'm just going to put my two books I bought in December in that book haul. So it's one big unboxing book haul, pretty much, because I already unboxed one of them. So I'm just going to do those two first, and the one I have, and then just unbox the other one when I unbox my Book Outlet. Anyway, I'm rambling now, but let's get on to the wrap up and TBR. I read quite a lot. I read 6 books in December. I am very happy with that. I thought I was going to read a lot more, but of course school and my finals and everything got in the way. So, and like I said, I had in my other video, I had family in town at the beginning of December, but that had nothing to do with me reading this. But it was just a crazy, crazy month. So, yeah, I just didn't get a lot more reading done than I would have liked to. But let's get right into it so we can get onto it. The first book I read is I went this whole month without reading a Christmas book, and because my birthday is during the Christmas season, I had to take a break from what I was reading and read a Christmas book. So I picked up Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Kahn and David Levithan, and I'm really happy I did. I've had this book for a while now, maybe like a year and a half, 2 years, and I haven't read it once because it's on my top shelf and I always save it to read during Christmas, and it's up there and I forget I read it and I never got around to it. But this month I took a break from what I was reading so I could read a Christmas book. I really, really liked this book. I thought this book was very, very good. I mean, I kind of understood the hype around it, but it was hyped so much that I'm really excited to read the second one. The second one, of course, is a Christmas book, so I will not pick that up until next December when I read more Christmas books, because I have a couple Christmas books I bought this month that I bought in November thinking that I was going to buy. I bought 2 thinking I was going to read in December along with this, and I didn't get the chance to. So I'm going to save those books to read next December. Because Christmas has ended. Not the entire Christmas season because it's still snowing and everything, so maybe I could get away with it reading in January. Because it's still Christmas season-ish in a way. It's still snowing where I am, so I might be able to get away with it, but who knows. But I'm really excited I read this book. I just watched Christina over at the Princess Gummy Bears video, where she said she read the second one, which is 12 Days of Dash and Lily, and she did not enjoy it, and it was not that good. So I'm kind of disappointed because I was really, really, really excited to read the second one next year. But maybe it, but that was just her opinion. But yes, I will probably reread this next December again, and then pick up the second one, and hopefully pick up the other Christmas books I bought. The next one I read this month was A New Model by Ashley Graham. I read this on my Kindle, and I got through it pretty quickly. I'm so happy I read this book. It was fantastic. And I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. Anyway, I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. It was fantastic. I loved it. This book was, it was amazing. I am so happy I read this. I will definitely reread this in the future. Probably the physical book this time. But I am just so happy I read this book. It was extremely fantastic and phenomenal. And I don't use phenomenal on a lot of books, but that book was phenomenal. And the next one I read was Flame by me, Kathleen Ryan. This is the 3rd book in Sky Chaser series. This series was a kind of like, I gave the first one, I think, 2 stars. The second one, 3 stars. The first one I gave Glow 2 out of 5 stars. I gave Spark 3 out of 5 stars. And I gave this one 3 out of 5 stars. Overall, this series was just okay. It wasn't that well. I didn't think... I got all of them for very cheap on Book Outlet for $99 a piece. So, I'm just really disappointed and upset that this series was not what I thought it was going to be. Maybe if I read it again in the future, maybe if I reread it, I will like it, but I don't think I will. But maybe my opinion will change. But as of right now, I just did not like the series overall at all. The next book I read was Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I gave this one... Hold on. I thought this book was very good. It's a Cinderella retelling. Yes, it's a Cinderella retelling about Cinderella, but I thought this book was very good. It was very well written. I'm sorry, I gave this book 2 out of 5 stars. It took me a while to get into it. It took me a while to get into it, and then once I did, I didn't really understand what was going on. There were points in this book where it was confusing, and it was broken up into, I think it was like broken up into like it was book 1. Okay, now I remember. What confused me was that when I read it, it was like divided into book 1, book 2, book 3. I'm like, I don't really understand why they did like book 1, book 2, book 3 when it was just one physical whole book. Because with another series that I'm still currently reading, they split it up into acts. So Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. So like Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. But I don't know why they just couldn't do that with this instead like doing book 1, book 2, book 3. That kind of just like brought it down to... I was going to give this 3 stars because I was really enjoying it. But then what helped me bump it down to 2 was the book 1 part, book 2. that to me was just all over the place, and I just did not understand that. So that to me got it to be all confusing, and I just didn't end up liking this. So that's why I gave it 2 out of 5 stars, because it was kind of all over the place. But in case some of you don't know what it's about, I will just read you the back. It is a Cinderella retelling, which I know, but I will also read you the back. Cinder wouldn't fit in at a normal ball anyway. Even if she did find a dress, gloves, and slippers that could hide her metal monstrosities, her mousy hair would never hold a curl, and she didn't know the first thing about makeup. She would end up sitting just off the dance floor and making fun of the girls who swooned to get Prince Caddy's affection, pretending she wasn't jealous, pretending it didn't bother her. Although she was curious about the food, and the prince did know her now, sort of. He had been kind to her at the market. Perhaps he would ask her to dance out of politeness, out of charity, when he saw her standing alone. The precious fantasy crashed down and around her as quickly as it had begun. It was impossible, not worth thinking about. She was Kryborg, and she would never go to the ball. So it's pretty much Cinderella in a nutshell. So I like Cinderella. I like Cinderella a lot. I always like Cinderella. Ariel is my favorite princess from the princesses, but my second favorite is Cinderella, because I have a lot of Cinderella movies. I have a Cinderella story with Hilary Duff and Chad Michael Murray. I own a Cinderella story with Hilary Duff and Chad Michael Murray. I own another Cinderella story with Selena Gomez and the guy who went on tour with High School Musical. What's his name? Because Zac Efron didn't. Drew Seeley. With Selena Gomez and Drew Seeley. Those movies I really love. So I love Cinderella, but this book just it didn't give me a different opinion of Cinderella, but I couldn't. I think Scarlet is about, I could be completely wrong, but I think Scarlet is about Little Red Riding Hood. If I'm interested in reading the second book, I will get it out of the library. I probably will, because I kind of want to see what the second one is about, because they're all, like, different. Anyway, moving on. The next one is Fury by Elizabeth Miles. This book was very good. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I thought this book was fantastic. It was very well written. It was very, very good. I loved it a lot. It's about a girl named Emily who's on winter break in Maine, and she loves the holidays, and there's a boy named Chase in town who she knew, I think. Oh, it's an assassin. They're on winter break in Assassin, Maine. The snow is falling, and everything looks pristine and peaceful. I'll just read you the back. But not at all as it seems. But cozy traditions and parties with her friends, Emily loves the holidays. And this year is even better. The guy she's been into for months is finally noticing her. But Em knows if she starts things with him, there's no turning back. Because his girlfriend is Em's best friend. On the other side of town, Chase is having problems of his own. The stress in the home life is starting to take its toll, and his social life is unraveling. But it's nothing compared to what's really haunting him. Chase has done something cruel, something the perfect guy pretend the perfect guy he pretends to be would never do, and it's only a matter of time before he is exposed. An assassin mistakes can be deadly, and three beautiful, mysterious girls, are here to choose are here to choose who will play. Em and Chase have been chosen. So this book was very, very good. It kept me intrigued the whole time. I read it maybe like a two days, I want to say, maybe 3. I did give this book 4 out of 5 stars. I know that because 4 out of 5 stars because I absolutely loved this book. It was so good. I'm so happy that I read this book. The next one that I just finished this morning was Envy by Elizabeth Miles. This is the second book in the Fury series trilogy. The second book was very good. I also gave this 4 out of 5 stars. It's pretty much just picking up the story about Em and Chase and how they're the chosen ones, and pretty much everything like that. I finished it at about 6:30 this morning because I've been sick and I was having trouble sleeping, so I couldn't really sleep. So I just powered through and finished it, and I finished it at like 6:30 in the morning today, and and I was very happy I did because I absolutely loved it. And I gave that one 4 out of 5 stars. And now I'm currently reading Eternity, the third book in the series. Eternity by Elizabeth I cannot speak. By Elizabeth Miles. And I am only 47 pages in. I'm on chapter 3, but I am really liking the series. I think this series is going to end up being one of my favorite series of probably 2017, or probably just in general. Now I'm going to move on to my January TBR. The first one is Skinny Dipping by Bethany Frankel. This was on my December TBR, thinking I was going to be able to finish all the books on my second shelf, but I couldn't, so this is the last book on my second shelf, so I'm probably, once I finish that, I'm just going to dive right into this. Because that will be the last book on my shelf. The next one is 1 Fifth Avenue by Candace Bushnell. I thought that, the next one is 1 Fifth Avenue by Candace Bushnell. I have read a couple books by My mom has, sorry, I'm really sick and I can't think straight. My mom has read a couple books by Candace Bushnell. She did create Sex and the City, and I have watched Sex and the City, the movies, and a couple episodes of the TV show. I like the movies better, but this is one of her books, and she also did write, that's what I was thinking of. She did write, I was getting her and Lauren Weisberger mixed up on who did The Devil Wears Prada. She also wrote another book called Lipstick Jungle that turned into a TV show, and Lipstick Jungle is one of my favorite shows. I still watch it now on Netflix. But I absolutely am excited to get into this. I think this book is going to be very good. And I did not read Lipstick Jungle or Sex and the City, the books yet, but I probably will read Lipstick Jungle and then rewatch the show, but I'm already watching the show anyway. But, yeah. Okay, the next book is Shut Out by Coda Kaplinger. She is the author of The Duff, and I have not read The Duff or have seen the movie The Duff. But I hear this book is very, very good. Um, and she wrote this after she wrote the Duff, and I will just read you the back really quickly. I'm not cool with coming second to the stupid rivalry all season. He moved forward, and I let him kiss me this time. Just a quick light kiss, not the kind I knew he was hoping for. You still want me to take you home, don't you? Yes. Randy shook his head, half laughing. You amaze me, Lisa Daniels. Most girls would cave as soon as I gave them the puppy dog look, with these amazing eyes. Sorry, I like boys, not dogs. You should have dated a different girl if you wanted someone to bend it to your will. That's all right, he said, turning the fiddle with the keys still dangling from the ignition. I like having a girl who can keep me in line. You're tough and smart and sexy and you're still taking me home, I said, giving him a sweet smile. Yeah, I figured, but hey, don't make it but hey, doesn't make it any less true. I shook my head, unable to look back at a little bit of laughter now. Oh, just drive me home, you brown noser. And just like that, the night's drama was almost forgotten. Almost, but not entirely. So this is kind of pretty much like a girl, and from what I'm getting out of the synopsis, because I have not read it yet. Ooh, that's very pretty. But it's pretty much like a rival in like soccer or something like that. Oh, that was something different than inside. Sorry, I will read you the inside as well. Most high school sports teams have rivals with other schools. At Hamilton High, it's a civil war. Football team versus the soccer team. I figured that's what it was. And for her part, Lisa is sick of it. Her quarterback boyfriend Randy is always itching her to go pick up a fight or haze at a freshman. And on those separate occasions, Randy's car has been egged with while he and Lisa were inside making out. She is done competing with a bunch of sweaty boys for her own boyfriend's attention. Lisa decides to end the rivalry once and for all. She and the other players' girlfriends go on a hookup strike. The boys won't get any action from the other football and soccer teams until the football and soccer teams make peace. What they don't count on is a new sort of rivalry, an impossible girls against boys showdown that hinges on who will cave their lassos first. And Lisa never sees her own sexuality tension with the leader of the boys, Cash Steerling, coming. In this hilarious and romantic, remaining and anthropological nostalgic, the battle of boys and girls, the battle of boys against girls is on. So that's kind of what turned me to this, because I figured it was going to be like sports teams and stuff like that. So So I'm very, very excited to read this month. 2 more. Next one is Eleanor and Park by Ramble Rowell. I'm not going to read the synopsis of this because everybody knows what this book is about. I have heard different things from people. Some people say they love it. Some people say they hate it. Some people say it's okay. Some people don't know what to say. So I'm going to get my own 2 cents on it and see how I like it. The next one is Losing It by Valerie Bertinelli. I do love Valerie This is a how-to book. So I do love Valerie Bertinelli. It's a memoir and a how-to book at the same time. But I absolutely love her. So I'm looking forward to reading this. And to piggyback off of that, the next one is Finding It by Valerie Bertinelli. this is also a memoir, but also like more of a memoir than this one is. This is a memoir and a how-to book. This one is a like solely memoir. So yeah, I'm just really excited to read this book. I love Valerie. Read both her books. I absolutely love Valerie Bertinelli. So I'm very excited. Alrighty, those were all the books I had. I have 6 books in my TBR. I'm going to start out with 6 books, so I'm pretty satisfied for that right now. I'm going to start off with 6 books and see how far I get into. Yeah, and see how far I get. I am going on vacation in January. So I'm very excited about that, and I will be on a plane for 6 hours. So I am hoping that if I get through these 6 books, I can bring some more and do a lot of reading and a lot of sleeping and a lot of watching TV on the plane. So, and while I'm on vacation, but I don't think there will be a lot of reading, but you never know. Alrighty, guys, those were all the books for my December wrap-up in January TBR. I'm very sick still, so I'm going to go sleep, and I will talk to you guys soon in my next video. I probably will do a worst. I maybe will do a worst favorite books of 2017 and worst books of 2017. But if I'm still sick, I'm probably not going to, but I will see how I feel. And if I don't, I'm very, very sorry. But alrighty, now I'm going to go. I will talk to you guys soon, and I hope you had a great month, and I hope you have a happy and healthy new year, and I will see you in the new year. Bye.